This is something that the NHL's put together to allow all 32 teams to have access to some of the elite players coming through the draft this year. It's an opportunity for us to interview them if we see fit. It's also an opportunity to test them out physiologically, and so there's a number of components to it. We don't care where the players are drafted. It's more about who do we think can be the best players. That's the order we have.
We've got a good process going with questions. The scouts that are the most familiar with the players lead the conversation, and you can see some personalities in players as well.
Shane Martini, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
I hear there's an eagle in the room.
91, Cutter, 91.
Awesome. Eagle. I had two boys at one time.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear.
I like to ask, right away, tell me who you are as a player. I don't know you. I've never saw you play. What do you do?
I'm a two-way power forward with lots of skill, who loves being physical, who can play both sides of the puck, whether it's defense or O-zone, and I love scoring goals.
I'm a really competitive player that works really hard and also has good hockey sense, good skating, and like I said, competes really hard, goes into the corners, goes in battles.
Can be trusted to kill penalties, take face-offs, play power play. I think I'm someone who can play a lot of different situations and be a really versatile player.
Strong on a puck in the offensive zone, can create or shoot.
Your coach talks about having alpha personalities in the dressing room. Do you consider yourself an alpha personality? Are you a leader on the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, I'm not the loudest guy in the locker room, but, I think there's other ways to lead. I'm a guy that's not afraid to say anything when, it needs to be said.
How do you have an understanding for kind of maybe what your teammates are going through, but also hold them accountable?
When you walk into a room and the whole team respects you and looks up to you as a leader on the team, I don't think you can really, you can't really tell someone to look up to you as a leader. It's just through your actions and what you do as a person.
They're young men, like they're young, and that's one of the first things you see as they walk in the room. It's like, wow, so you look at a guy who's dealing with the pressure of being a projected #1 pick overall, and you realize the pressure this young man's been under since 15 years old, pressure that some of us will never have in our lifetimes. So it gives it definitely a human context for sure.
As a top player, as a draft prospect, there's always going to be those expectations, and if there's not people putting pressure on you or people talking bad about you, then you're obviously not doing something right. So every little detail, every little play you make is it's going to help you win or it's going to help you lose. I think that there's no room for error.
Are you the best player in the draft?
The authentic ones that are just genuine when they're answering questions. It's fun to see their personality. At least you understand, why somebody may play a certain way and why a coach has talked about someone as high as they are or as maybe not. But you can see that in their personalities.
Interviews aren't exact. It doesn't mean if someone gives a good interview that they're necessarily going to be the better player. It's always nice to shake someone's hand and you really get a sense for, wow, that guy's a little bit bigger than I thought he was, or he looked on the ice, or geez, he's got some room for growth. And there's a lot to be learned from it.
Not enough, 5 seconds. Go, 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 go! That's it, keep going, keep going.
I still got a lot of work to do. As someone who's always striving to be the best, there's always ways you can be better.
I just want them to know that I'll do whatever it takes.
I want to be an impact player in the NHL, so I think just leaving the qualities that I have with them, and I think I did that too.